What's up guys, it's the Swingman here, back with another upload. Today we're gonna do something new. I got a little long drive competition between myself and Mikey Jarrell. So I'll put his Instagram here in the description. Go check him out. He's another competitor. He's from Rochester, so it's about an hour away from me. So we ended up meeting at the driving range, at Broadway Driving Range, which is not far from where I live. And we set up the flight scope and set up our little competition because we definitely need to start competing with, you know, all of our events and stuff as of recently being canceled. So it's really unfortunate. We actually didn't find out that the events were completely canceled until after we were done hitting, and actually later that night. So but it is what it is. They'll still have a world championship this year as of right now, so we still have something to train for, and hopefully we could get some smaller events scheduled around the country in different areas. So we'll see. Everything's kind of up in the air. So what you're going to see with these rounds, now we are doing a best of 7. Each set you get 6 swings, and we're just alternating shots. So I actually got my new crank clubs in, which I'll have a video about the equipment I'm using. So this is one of my new crank clubs right here. You're going to see a lot of balls go right. There's a reason to that. Basically, I have a regular flex shaft, or it's equivalent to about a regular flex. So it's a Patterson LD30 Plus, and it's very flimsy. So I've been swinging with that for quite some time, and there's a very specific time mechanism to it. These new clubs I have, these are all XXX stiff shafts, so a much different feel than what I've been swinging for the past couple months, but it's what I competed with in Worlds last year. So it's a club that once I get my swing dialed in, it is a very stable club to have in the bag, and that way I'll have 2 different setups for myself and be able to choose depending on the situations, depending on what kind of weather I'm dealing with as well in the competition will determine which club setup I'm going with. So you're going to see a lot of balls hit right, and I ended up starting to straighten them out towards the end, and I really started cranking them out there, no pun intended. And but yeah, you could see Mikey Jarrell, he took that first round. He always hits the ball consistently in the grid, which is good for competition. And again, as far as me, these are legit my first swings with this club, and I wanted to start doing a competition with them right away, kind of put some pressure on myself. I wanted to kind of have that feel of needing to make some quicker adjustments rather than, you know, hitting a few buckets trying to make those adjustments. So, but in this video as well, I'm just going to go over some of the sponsors I do have for this season. Obviously, the season is affected this year, but I do want to go over with you guys why I chose the sponsors that I went with. So the first one, the big one, is Oncore Golf. So Oncore Golf is a local golf ball manufacturer here in Buffalo, and they make top-end golf balls, but at competitive prices. So they're lower prices than your Pro V1s, you know, your Callaway balls and all that. But I'm telling you, I used them in my first round actually this past Saturday. They're fast. I could get these balls up to about 214 miles an hour, which is very good for a play ball. And they felt good as far as around the green. Now my game around the green isn't very good right now. But as far as the spin and everything, as far as controlling the ball on clubs that I am comfortable with right now, these balls felt very true, very good. And people that actually use them are very happy with them. So that's not just me talking about them well because they're sponsors, but they are actually a really good golf ball. So it does excite me to be part of the group. They're an awesome group of guys, so I'm really pumped to see what kind of content we could get out there as well. You can see here, Mikey ended up taking set 2 from me, so he's up 2-0 right away. You see he's got a few in play. Now you are going to see a couple of these rounds. We are going to be missing a shot in one of these because we both agreed that we hit it out of play, but the simulator didn't pick up either shot. So we ended up on this edited video, you'll see actually 5 shots rather than 6. I decided to leave those out because there's really no point. You can't really see the ball take off. So But getting back into it, my other sponsor, Krank, which I announced on my Instagram channel as well. Krank is a golf club manufacturer, so they make drivers, fairway woods, and they also make conforming drivers, so drivers you could use in regular rounds. Now, these long drivers, I have a 3, 3.5, and a 4-degree driver. All of these are 48-inch. They're maxed out specs for USGA. And so I could use these in actual competitions for, if I was in the PGA. But they also make non-conforming clubs. So if you have slower swing speeds, they're called high core drivers. So it gives you more of a spring effect off the face, and you will get a lot of speed and yardage gains by using these clubs. So I do have a discount code. I'll leave all this stuff in the description for that as well, and you could go check out their drivers if you are in the market for a new club. So Krank's my other one. I'm very excited. I love the Krank clubs, and I swung it last year in Worlds, and like I said, they have the best track record in long drives, so very excited to be a part of that group as well. And the other sponsor I have is Imagine Golf. So Imagine Golf is an app that you could download right on your phone. And this one I really like. These guys I met down in Florida at the PGA show, and I was hitting a set on a simulator. I was feeling really good, and they approached me, and we just had a conversation about the mentality of training and stuff like that, getting into my first full season. And it was just a very good conversation. We had a few phone calls after that, and I don't know, it was just kind of a relationship that just made a lot of sense. They've just started up as a company, and I'm just starting my career in long drive. Basically, the app, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description for the app as well. It's designed to work on the mental side of golf, and not only golf, just your life in general. So if you're a golf fan, it really does help, because what they do is they take books that some of your top golfers have written, and they'll break down the highlights in that book and then make it into a short, 3-minute speech that you could use for motivation, or to, kind of get your mind right before you do train or before you get out on the course. So I do listen to this app. I am a big fan of it. So definitely go check them out as well. And then also I have Long Drive for Heroes is on my left arm, and you'll see that badge there. That is a Folds of Honor charity. And again, I kind of met them down at Worlds last year, and it was just immediately we just found a connection, and it was something that I wanted to represent for our veterans. And it's just again, it's definitely a good cause, and I'll, just like the other ones, leave a link in the description to check that out as well. And then obviously Stinger Sports Gear, they make these sweet shirts, the hats, and some other stuff that will be announced soon. But Stinger Sports Gear's always been awesome. Check them out. They got great gear. Starting to dive into some of this golf stuff. Stingman stuff is up on the website right now, so I will put a link in the description for that stuff as well. So a lot of good things going into the season, minus the actual season. But yeah, so other than that, you can see Mikey walks away with 3 wins, and I got 1 in our first 4 games in this best of 7. So we still have 3 more games left. I will be posting those up in a couple of days. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you have any recommendations, anything like that, any tips, any training things you're looking for, just let me know in the comments below. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, staying healthy. I appreciate you watching, and take care. I work out, then I hit. Head back to the gym, then back to the range. I train every day to be physically stronger and more prepared. But when that day comes, when I am on the tee box, will my mind be ready to maximize those strengths when it matters the most? Introducing the Imagine Golf app, the mental training aid.